Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing, Sunday, the 14th of April, 2024. As usual, we'll start with the synoptics. So this is midnight last night. The high pressure area still is tending to keep the frontal systems away from us, but it's not going to win the battle forever. Running through to midday today, the weak cold fronts have gone through. They've literally passed through us now, and we're left in a pretty unstable west-northwesterly airflow. A word of caution, though, about this occluded front here. That is going to bring some further upper cloud in a little bit later, which may curtail further distances being flown. So we just need to keep our eye on it. Otherwise, we're going to have a really nice day. Running through to tonight and tomorrow, bit of a mix tomorrow, I think. I think we're going to suffer by too much cloud for sure. Spot winds today are showing either variable or very light westerly winds. And the cloud radar is showing you the sort of end of the cold front upper cover that we're under at the moment. Beautiful clear gap in the middle, and then this stuff over here is the upper level stuff associated with that occluded front later. But this is burning off nicely, and we should have a nice little area to play with up to the north and the east. No actual rain today and no predicted rain, so it's certainly for our normal flying time. Bentworth local area forecast is showing a nice beautiful morning, possible cloud, thicker cloud a little bit later on. I wouldn't worry too much about that, but basically it's going to be a nice day here. Westerly winds 7 or 8 knots, no gusts, everything should be nice there. GFS is indicating a max temperature of only 12 degrees today, with a dew point down at about 3. And if you're outside the window, you see some of this upper cloud. It's just this is looking to the southwest. This is just the dregs of that cold front that went through yesterday. But otherwise, it's clearing. You look out to the north and to the west now, it's clearing quite nicely. Actual temperature here at the moment is 7.5 degrees, dew point down at just under 6, and we've had no rain overnight, so the ground is coping nicely. Local METAR for Odium, 4 knots from the west-southwest, VIS 10k or more. Their TAF doesn't work at the weekends, and if you look at Farnborough, 5 knots from the west-northwest, 10k or more, and anything after about 8 or 9 o'clock today, a bit of Q. And they're looking at 2 or 3 eighths Q around about 4,000 feet a bit later on today. Okay, so top meteo projected distance today. It's obviously clearly better to the north and to the east, should you wish to go that way. And sky sight, so this is a local forecast of sky sight. So we've got the upper cloud at the moment. We're going to get some Q here around about 11:30-ish. But notice we are suffering from upper cloud level here pretty well most of the day. But we are going to have Q, we are going to have thermals here to about 3,000, 3,500 foot perhaps locally, and very light winds. And if I go a little bit further to the north now, you can see they've got the clear blue skies already. The Q is forming earlier, and they're talking about 5 knots thereabouts to 4,500 feet as you go further north, maybe even 5,000 feet around about 3 o'clock. And again, you've just got light 7 knot sort of westerly winds. I put the sky sight projected distance up, and I put a little sort of task in there. It's up to you, you're big boys, you can decide where you're going to go. But this task here is Northampton, Grafham Water, Bicester and back. It's just about 300k. I'd suggest if you're brave enough, you can certainly go further north to maybe Husbos and then maybe across into East Anglia, perhaps. I just think you might need to be a little bit cautious about the top cover coming in later. But anyway, this is just a suggested task. Feel free to do what you wish to do. NOTAMs wise, nothing of any real note. 32, this is upper North Luffenham area, paragliding up to 2,500 feet. 30 over here is at Thetford, which is live firing, but actually I think that is not for today, looking at it again. And 28 over here is Otmore, some live firing at Otmore from 7 till 9 o'clock tonight, only up to 1,400 feet. So we should be fine with NOTAMs. Airfield layout then, operation for today. No reported movements. We'll set up on runway 27 for a dry operation. Club grid, grass north. Early launch required, then please join the normal airtime point. There's a couple of gliders there who I know want to take an early launch and turbo into the better weather and start early. That's fine, but obviously we can't have them in the main grid. And a reminder, please, change in the CFI, no change in the safety culture here. No level beat-ups, no rip roaring around, nothing like that, please. All safe stuff. Treat it like a competition. Have your finish line 2 or 3k away, 500 feet, and come back and do a normal, sensible, slowly descending circuit into Lasham. There'll be a lot of things happening here. Light winds all day, some top cover locally, but I reckon we'll get cumulus here from about 11:30. And local cloud base I mentioned earlier, about 3.5, and certainly better to the north. Gliders, we have 1K21 available for Group 4 and a casual list today. Discus SH2 is available for any casual list pilots, and a K13 is available for 4 air experience flights and casual or group flying later. Everything else is fully booked. Caution, the field is drying. It's drying out nicely. We've rolled it 2 or 3 times as well, but please be careful about any wheel break whilst you're on the grass. And reminder, the buggy radios, I'll fit the radios to the buggies as and when they come out to the launch point. Booking list is full, as I mentioned. We wanted 6 people on the casual list, so we do need spare casual instructors, please, if you're not doing anything else. I know Chris has got a candidate or 2 which could help, which would be really useful. Thank you. So set up today, runway 27, a normal runway 27 setup. The club grid will be on grass north, extending back. We don't want to be too far up the field because there's not a lot of wind today. Extending back so you can literally going over the lazy runway if necessary. Glided landing north or south as normal. Good. Well, I think we'll probably end up launching the main grid around about 12, I would suggest, but there's plenty of flying we've had before and afterwards. So I'll see you all out there a little bit later. Thanks for your time.